These are kind of the lower end batteries for the 1500 milliamp per hour batteries. I've got the Florin battery here, and then the OCDay 1500 milliamp here. So if you're looking for some cheap batteries that are good to fly on, that's kind of what this is for. I can't already tell you that not on this particular one. I'm doing new versus new, so first flight. But I have flown these OCDays before, and so far they're my favorite battery. These are kind of in the lower end. These ones are a lot lower. I think these are about $17, 17 something. And these are $23, $24 a piece here. Okay, let me just tell you what these come with first. So for the OCDay, it comes with a cap for the battery here, and it comes with an OCDay strap. So for this battery test, I'm putting both of these on the quadcopter. The Florin also comes with a Florin battery strap here. I've got it around the GoPro session, and then I'm going to be using the OCDay to actually strap the batteries in. So they both come with a strap, which is pretty cool. This one, the Florin, comes with a T connector, and the OCDay comes with an XT60. So you may be wondering how I'm going to be testing both of them. Well, you can make these. I don't want to be limited to only using a certain battery or not, and I don't want to have to solder batteries on and off. You know, I'll probably put XT60s on these because I use XT60s primarily, but I have this just in case I want to use somebody else's batteries. This is made for me by Fox FPV. I've also got another one that has a female XT60 and a female T connection for as a battery charger adapter. So this is my little tiny adapter for this. You can put a little wire between here. Really all you got to do is, both of these have little pieces that come down that you solder the wire onto. Really all you got to do is make sure that you have the positive and positive together, and just solder both of these together at their various points, and then just wrap it up in some tape. And the solder is pretty strong, so that's going to hold pretty good. It's not going to mess with anything. It's not going to give it less of a charge or anything like that, so it'll still be a good thing. So that's pretty much what they come with. This one's just a battery strap, and this one with the cap and the battery strap. So yeah, OCDay is just a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, just by a hair. Lengthwise, it's like they're about the same length. This looks like the OCDay is just a little bit bigger. So, and then this one, the balance port has this heavy plastic connector here, which I absolutely love that. You can pop that off right there if you don't want it, but I actually like that. It's just a little bit of an extra protection. Bad part about these cheap ones is the balance leads don't get connected in here right, and a lot of times while you're balance charging it, if one of these is off or something like that, or accidentally pops out, it won't balance charge. So you got to make sure that your wires are in there, and you got to kind of keep pushing that down, making sure that your wires are in there correctly. But with this, it locks each one of those wires into place. You don't have to worry about that at all. So I dig that. It says 4S right there, so that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much the description of both of them. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer up. I'll show you guys both flights. I'm not going to fly these super hard. This is basically for beginners who are wanting to get into the hobby, buying some cheap batteries just to kind of get your first flights, to kind of cut your teeth before buying some more expensive, longer lasting batteries. That's basically what this video is for, so you can kind of decide, do you want to spend the extra money or not. From what I've heard everywhere that I've looked, is you get what you pay for. If you want the really cheap ones, then it's not going to last very long. But Fox FPV has been flying these for a long time now, and he says that he's had some of them for over a year. So to me, they seem like a good investment if he's had them for a little over a year, and he pounds the hell out of them. So I've went through several batteries. several batteries, Zippy batteries, Nanotech Turnigy batteries, but these ones seem to be holding up. They've still got the, you know, my other one still has its good structure to it. It hasn't puffed out at all. The Zippy's puffed out right away. I would not advise getting Zippies. I would not advise getting Nanotechs. Nanotechs come apart right up here at the top very, very easy on a crash. So anyways, let's get right to the review. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. I'll put a timer, you know, up here in the corner of the screen, and you'll hear when the quadcopter starts. So I'm gonna have to have my goggles on, so I'm not gonna be able to hit the start of the timer right away, but you'll hear when they start, and you'll hear when the alarm goes off. So you're gonna know how long it lasts, and we'll test the batteries at the end and see how much volts each one of the batteries have in them. So here is the OCDay versus the Floreun batteries. Let's check it out. Oh, what we're going to be using as a quadcopter is a 220 Martian 2. So this is basically the Impulse Alien clone. And if you notice here at the side, I had to put a power cord connected to the PDB because my little connector down here on the PDB, the rings ended up coming off and it wouldn't stay connected, so I'm running this little thing. We're also running 4 LEDs on the bottom, so just to give you a little bit of an idea of if they last longer on yours. If you don't have LEDs or not, you know, that could be a little bit of a difference. These are 2600 kV red bottom motors, and Cyclone 4046 purple props. If you're running something different, it might do just a little bit of a different time to it or something like that. Not sure. Also, this has a GoPro on it. If you're running a smaller Foxy or something like that, it might have a different time on it as well. So anyways, let's get to it. So both of these are going to be ran the same, so I'm just going to do this once. First one up is going to be the OCDay 1500. And I'm using one of these beepers here, not an internal beeper or something, and this is going to be set to 3.50 amps on it, or volts, or whatever it cuts off at. So it's to 3.50, and it's not. Just letting you guys know that, because some people put it at 3.20, 3.30, you know, some people even do 3.7 or something. So this is with this timer set at 3.5. So that's when it's going to go off. Push start now. Putting the goggles on. And we are going. Not too hard on it. I'm not being too hard on it. Just doing a few tricks. This is basically if you're just an intermediate beginner, somebody who's just starting out. Oh, somebody's coming up here. I didn't see that. doing a few punches, you know, just kind of what other people would do if they were more experienced pilots that would be out there punching in a lot more. There's the beep. Oh, it's off now. We must have just punched it. We're getting close. Crash like this thing. That should be the one. It went off a couple times because it dipped under. Still doing it. Pretty sure it's done. So 5 minutes 21 seconds. I do want to point out on this Florin, one thing that I do like about it is it's got these two connectors are on opposite sides of each other. So it's actually easier on this one. They're on the same side. And so when you're trying to put this back onto the, if you're using one of those external things, this one's balanced wires are real short, so putting them onto that, plugging it into that external voltage thing is it's harder to do that and twist this down. It's got a shorter cord here too, so it's a lot of pulling these to get them to work correctly. This one I actually had to wrap into the strap here, and then so I ended up having to go turn the battery around and go through the front, kind of go from the other side around. I just don't want that hitting the deal. So not the prettiest looking battery connection, but that's gonna work, looks like. Alright, let's get this test started. Here's the Florin. I'm hitting start, putting the goggles down, and let's go. A lot of lines through my computer. Seems heavier. this battery that feels different. Seems to want to go only sometimes. Like, I really want to punch. The other one seems faster. It's already beeping. That sucks. That's what I figured. Still feels like it's got plenty of power. Now it's actually seeming like it's got power. Oh, that's so weird. It seems so sluggish there for a while. Now it actually seems like it's got a little bit of it's so crazy. So this thing definitely started its dipping a lot sooner. Seems like every time I really punch it after coming down from real high, it seems to set off the alarm. Now it feels really good. It's like the battery's settled in. Alright, now I can pull it slow down. Seeing if it'll turn it off or not. Yep. Turn it off. Wait to see if it would. And I don't know what the deal is, but it kept going off and going back. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. This beeper did. But whenever I checked the volts afterwards, this has got 3.41 and this has got 3.11. So I mean, this thing sucked down. This one was a lot hotter than this one was when it got done. This one was barely even hot at all. So I could probably get like a quick circle around. So if you were quite a bit of ways, you could have made it back a lot further on that. But overall, when it comes to the whole time performing really good the whole time, I like this one. It has a consistent feel to it the whole time. It's got a 75C discharge, and it felt good the whole time. Fast, like it wanted to go. This one was real sluggish at first, and then it seemed like halfway into the flight it just kicked into the gear, and it felt like a better battery. This one felt better than the OCDay, but only for half the flight. So it's only a 45C, so it's kind of just one of those things. These are really both comparable. They're both pretty much the same, you know. I can't tell you the weight because I don't have a weigher, but feeling this one, this one's a lot heavier, and you can tell. I mean, just look at them. It just looks bigger, you know. So I got 2 more of these coming in and 2 more of those coming in, and I think I'm pretty happy with that because I like these 2 batteries. I really do. I think they could be used for different things. The Floreun seems like one of those batteries. That was the first flight with it, so who knows? Maybe that was just like a sluggishness of a first battery, and maybe it's just going to be intense from here on out, how it was, you know, the second half of the flight. Fox FPV uses these, and he goes balls out the whole time. So I'm sure that's probably what it is. It probably just had like a sluggishness at the beginning for some weird reason, and it felt really good the rest of the flight. Really good beginner batteries, I think. From a beginner to beginners, I like this, and they're real cheap. I mean, you can learn on them, so you're not gonna be pissed when you crash and break them and bust them all up and lose them, this and that, you know, because these are $17. They're pretty much the cheapest batteries you can get. 1500 milliamp good batteries, cheapest ones. Then these OCDays, I dig them, man. I really do. This is my favorite battery of all. They're just, you know, 23 to 25 bucks. So 75C. My other one that I have, the other OCDay, as soon as I flew it, you know, the 3rd time, it was just like, I've got to fly these all the time, because I mean, they just felt so good. It was my first battery to switch from 1300 to 1500, and just made all the difference in the world. I love these batteries, I really do. But a very close substitute is the Florin. So if you're looking at being a beginner, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money because you know you're going to crash and you're going to tear some shit up. Don't spend 30 bucks on a battery. You know, get those eventually. Maybe spin them and save them, do a couple flights on them and stuff. But when you're really just learning your tricks and you know you're going to crash and stuff, just buy a couple of these cheap batteries. You get straps, so you don't even have to buy straps. When I first built the drone, I bought a whole bunch of straps and bought a whole bunch of cheap batteries. The zippy batteries, stay away from zippy. Don't get those. Jesus Christ, those zippy batteries. I've been through so many of them. I wasted so much money on them, and they're actually more expensive than these. $2 more, you know, but they suck. They suck bad. I think each one of my zippies, I only got like a few. Awesome! Thank you! These little kids just yelled, I subscribed. They just got on my, chilling on top of that thing right there. So they're on top, right up there. They just yelled, Michael, I subscribed. It's Bryce and Michael, by the way. I see comments from other people talking about me because I look on all the same videos everybody else does, and I've seen other people say, oh, you know, over on Michael's page, it's Bryce and Michael. Michael's my last name. So it's good people are talking, though. Please keep hitting that subscribe button, and I'll keep getting better. And once I get more and more better at this, I want to do more and more battery reviews. I really like getting different batteries out and doing reviews and stuff on them. And I'm going to get more expensive ones here pretty soon and really kind of compare the expensive ones to these OCDays. Because really, if the Venom are as good as people say that they are, or you know, the Adrenaline something or others, or you know, some of those, if they're as good as these OCDays, then man, they must be badass batteries, because these are my favorite. I love them as a beginner, which, you know, being a beginner, I don't know much. Beginner to FPV, so good substitute right here. Fox FPV, if you guys have seen his stuff, go over there and sub his videos and stuff. He only flies these right here, and he's a badass pilot, and he rips. So that's why I had to get him and do a test against the OCDays. And anyways, we'll see you guys later. I'm Bryce Michael RC. Have a good one.